A bye week for the Buckeyes. Yes, they are the number one team in the country. Yes, they are playing at a high level, undefeated so far this season. But there are still changes to be discussed, talk about, and some things we may see actually change for Ohio State when they return from the bye week. Maybe it's 2 weeks from now it changes. Playoffs it changes. I don't know. But these are some things we need to discuss and talk about for Ohio State that could change. They have a sample size now, right? 7 games. They could look at that, decide if they want something changed, and do that. So we'll keep an eye on that. That is what we are discussing in today's video. Before we do that, if you haven't subscribed yet to the Ohio State Football Report, take it from these guys, whether it's the watch party, whether it's the daily Ohio State content, whether it's anything Ohio State for free on our channel, be sure to subscribe to the Ohio State Football Report. Join the over 16,000 subscribers we have to get free Ohio State content. The first change we will discuss for Ohio State involves the run game. Julian saying went off this past week. The Buckeyes have really 2 top-notch receivers that are very, very good, probably the best in the country. The run game needs some work. It is definitely discussed in the public. I initially thought it, but didn't want to put it out there too much. I thought it might just be a me thing. Next thing you know, you guys jumped into the comment section to talk about the run game. The media's asking about it. And then Ryan Day's talking about it after the win against Wisconsin. Coach Day mentioning there's still some meat on the bone for the run game for sure. But I want to note this too. He says, we threw the ball the way we did. A big step in the right direction. I thought Julian made some really good decisions for the RPO game. I think that's a theme, right? Yes, the run game needs work, but we can pass the ball really, really well. I think that should be noted anytime when talking about some changes or things to change with the running backs. By the way, there's 4 of them in the conversation right now. Obviously, I still think Bo Jackson's number 1. We know exactly who C.J. Donaldson is. James Peoples still getting in there, but isn't who we thought he'd be. And now the fellow freshman, Isaiah West, is being combined with Bo Jackson a little bit. He played really well against Wisconsin. He had 9 for 55 against a good Badgers running defense. Bo still seems like number 1. CJ still seems like your red zone or short downage running back. Now, for Bo being the number 1, hate to say it, the guy's slowed down a little bit. He has. And again, this is a pass-first team. This is a freshman running back. And this is a coach still experimenting at the running back position. But Bo Jackson has definitely slowed down a little bit. I don't know if you guys noted this too. He has not had a run over 20 yards since that Ohio game. So he's gone 4 straight games without a 20-plus yard run. It seemed like that's all he did was break giant runs. So it seems like, hate saying it, Bo has slowed down just a little bit. Even his carries have slowed down. And again, Ryan Day has mentioned both today and in the past, it's about opponent, it's about efficiency, and they want to grow passing the ball as much as running the ball. First off, I think this is a pass-first team. So running the ball needs to complement your strength, which is passing the ball. Ryan Day hitting on it hard. They will get there. They will get there with the running backs. Now, for Bo, I said it, I still think he's the number 1. Do you feel that way? What is your confidence level in Bo Jackson right now as the Buckeyes' number 1 running back? Scale it for me, 1 to 10. Maybe, hey, after Ohio and Grambling, it was a 10. Now it's down to about a 6 or 7 he's got to figure out. Let us know down in the comment section below. The second change that can be discussed, and the one you may see most popular all over the place, the right guard position. Tegra Tshabola, the iconic quote from Ryan Day for Tegra Tshabola is, he's played a lot of football. He has said it over and over and over again. And looking at this O-line, this is about what it's been all year long. But at that right guard position, you keep getting sprinkles of a couple different guys to try some things instead of Tshabola, right? We read you the quote from Ryan Day talking about Josh Padilla. Josh Padilla, who's the backup center, but getting some moments at right guard because Ryan Day says he's so physical. He's playing so hard. He looks good every time we watch him. We have to get him out there. Not only did he get time, then he got snaps with the ones. Then he's just looked really, really good. And if you look at these stats, I do want to note, obviously, good numbers there. Some zeros on the board, some high grades. You have to keep in mind that that's with 79 snaps to 318, right? So more snaps, more opportunities to make mistakes. But Padilla's looked good in the action he's gotten. The other option is the Rice transfer, Ethan Onianwa. We've talked about him a ton on this show. Was going to be the left tackle, was going to be the right tackle. Now he's the backup right guard. Now it seems like really it's only when they want to pound the ball down the other team's throat, such as against Texas. If you remember that C.J. Donaldson drive where they scored, that was Onianwa at right guard. His strength is run blocking. So those are the two options there. Now, coming up, we are going to hear from an Ohio State legend on his opinion, a Hall of Famer in the Ohio State community, his opinion, an expert on the O-line, his opinion on who should be in at right guard for Ohio State. But first, want to note to you guys that this video is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks, best way to cash in this football season. Which players are going off? Which players are overhyped? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on PrizePicks. Only app right now that's offering stacks. I think stacks is great because if you wanted to hit on LeBron James points, assists, rebounds, stacks on PrizePicks, perfect. Got to pair those two. Hoops is back, so we wanted to give you guys this two-player stat projection with the max discount. Yep, Steph Curry more on 0.5 points. That's a max discount. Got to take it, guys. Got to take it. Kevin Durant, new team, new year. Let's go more on points, 25.5. And if you wanted to copy that lineup or any other lineup, follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app. Copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or just someone whose pick you like, hit that follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new Feed tab. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Do you remember former Buckeye LaCharles Bentley? Curious the impact Josh Padilla would have on Ohio State's O-line if provided more reps. Compares him to a former Buckeye, gives some love to the left side of Ohio State's offensive line, then to Phillip Daniels, who he says will end up being a future star. He thinks Padilla should get more snaps. A Buckeye Hall of Famer, a former very good NFL player, and now a trainer of offensive linemen from the NFL level down to the high school level. LaCharles is working on the O-line daily. He thinks Padilla could be a really good fit for Ohio State at right guard. I trust LaCharles' opinion. I think that's really, really cool from LaCharles there. Now I trust you guys to choose a right guard down in the comment section below. You want to stick with Tegra, guy that's played a lot of football for the Buckeyes, including national title football last year. Padilla, are you in on the hype of Josh Padilla playing for Ohio State? Or do you want to see more of Ethan Onianwa, who we've heard about really since he transferred from Rice, a giant? Do you want to see him on the O-line for Tshabola, type T, Padilla, type J, or Onianwa? You can type E for Ethan down in the comment section below. The final change that we could possibly see that's being talked about, and maybe you don't care at all about punting, but I'm going to tell you why it's important and what we could see for Ohio State. Yes, punting. We're talking about the punters. Maybe you didn't even notice at all. The Buckeyes have two options at punter. We've only seen one this season in Joe McGuire. You also have Nick McLarty. Shout out the Aussies, the boys, both from Australia. Yeah, that's right. And look, the facts are the Buckeyes don't punt much. 14 punts this year from Joe McGuire, right? His average is at 41. That is one of the lowest averages since 2009. 15 years. And McGuire sitting at one of the lower averages for Ohio State. Look, they only punted once against Wisconsin. It's a great example of they don't punt much. But punting is about field position, consistency, and taking care of the ball. It matters. Punting matters. And again, Ryan Day's being asked about this. He's talking about this, which we'll get to those quotes in just a second. Punting matters. Now, is this the change you think about, want to see? I don't know. Maybe we've already talked about a change that you want to see, or did I miss one? Let me know down in the comment section below. Is there a change you want to see the Buckeyes make? As I said, Ryan Day did comment on the punting situation. He said the same thing. We haven't punted a whole bunch. It's a small sample size, a bit of a mixed bag. This is from last week, pre-Wisconsin, where McGuire was fine once again. He said Joey will continue to be our punter. He did say, like a bye week, we will continue to evaluate things. Moving forward, we work at it. They worked on it last week, and again, McGuire looked solid, I guess, against Wisconsin. But I like this final part. I think it's been solid, but I know we can be better, and I keep that in mind for anything we are talking about changes-wise. Maybe Ryan Day's happy, maybe he's liked what he's seen, but believes Ohio State can get better. Moving to the other Aussie, Nick McLarty. This is the what-if option for the Buckeyes, right? Everybody's real excited about McLarty, some things they've seen, some stats they've heard of. Speaking of stats or fun little notes, under the bio on Ohio State's website, McLarty's last school, it was listed as the Punt Factory. Yeah, the Punt Factory. So if McLarty gets a look, should be ready to go. But again, this is a guy who's only punted 3 times, and his average worse than McGuire's. So all those people that want to switch, try something new, let's keep in mind what the options are and what Ohio State wants to do going forward. I will end just by saying, hey, I trust Ryan Day. If Ryan Day sees something that needs changed, he'll do it. Maybe he'll take his time. He's definitely mentioned that they're not going to rush with running backs. Right guard's an important position. They don't want to make that change, then have to switch again. Punting can be as valuable as you feel it is. But again, I trust Ryan Day to make these changes. Maybe we'll see him during the bye week.